Okay. There's two programs that I think I just quickly mentioned before we get into Smugmug, which is this first one that I just used, which is called Snagit. Which, if you have, Snagit is basically, should write a lot. There's basically what I'm going to be giving over in the next few hours is been a huge amount of investment of my time that I'm just giving over to you now to save you a decade of work, basically. So Snagit is a program that allows you to record anything. Number one, you can do very quick, easy screen captures, like take pictures of the screen that you can do anyway. It's just very easy. But you can also record video. So like for everything what I'm doing right now is going to be recorded, and you're going to hear my voice speaking over it, which sounds like, you know, why am I going to be recording screencasts? But it's actually very helpful to help clients out who are like, look, you've got clients who are just stupid, who there's nothing doing, okay? That's always going to be. But there's also clients who aren't stupid, who need a little bit of extra help, so it's very helpful to help clients out. I've done it a few times where I've made videos explaining to them what to do, so that's helpful. That was number one. Number two is a program that I just found a week ago that I brought called Portrait Plus 3. It's by Arcsoft. I actually bought it on my other computer, I bought it on this one. It is a touch-up program. Have you seen? It's by Arcsoft. It's called Portrait Plus 3. It is really, really good. You should download it and play it. You can do amazing touch-ups to, like, just this is just a sample thing. Just things like so easy.
It looks like Lightroom.
If you want to just, yeah, but check this out. Brighten eyes. 1 second. Let's just turn this on to high. You see the difference? Just brighten eyes. Then in regards to smoothing skin, just if I do it low, do you see that? Just the difference there. And just take away. You can things like this. This is really funny. Is deepen the smile. Check out this kid's smile. Watch this. It makes all the difference. It's unbelievable. It can turn a real wasted picture. Blemish removal as well. You have just auto blemish removal. Probably get rid of that. 1 second.
I wonder if you've got no smile, how that works.
You can. It really does. It does. You can add makeup. You can add all. It's much worth playing around with. It's the first piece of software I bought in ages. It was like, you can get a code for. It costs about. It's meant to be $180. I got it for like 140 with a code. You can go online for a code. But it's very good. You'll see some of the pictures that we're going to be playing with today. I ran through here very quickly. It has all these presets that you can just do so quick. Just quickly, this is smoothing and smile. This one here is smoothing and do the eyes or whatever, etc., etc. Worth looking into. Okay. Sorry?
The file sizes.
Really reasonable. Yeah. Okay. Fine. I'm going to introduce first. This is, like I said, I'm going to give you a quick outline of what I use Smugmug for. We run our whole operation basically logistically through Smugmug. We also use a different. Smugmug does not help you deal with your business side, the administration of things, but in regards to running the delivery of images and receiving images and everything from the clients, and everything to do with images goes through Smugmug. Okay, so I'm going to just show you. This is my regular website. Okay, if I click here on weddings, this should take you to my actual regular website, which is a slideshow website. Gives you the images one by one over here with music playing in the background. Wait for the picture to come up. Sorry? No, this is with PhotoBiz. Okay. Now on this screen, I don't know why it is. I have a button here on a regular. I don't know why it doesn't come up on this computer, but it says client area. Okay, let me just go back now. I'm not going to get into the school. The school website is used building Moonfruit. Okay, Moonfruit I'm not going to get into. This is my Smugmug website, my main Smugmug website. I have a few Smugmug websites. Sorry, I'm lying. This is my Smugmug website as opposed to the client area. I have a whole bunch of different things. Okay, so in regards to the Diamond Images website, this takes you to the client area. This is the actual Diamond Images photo Smugmug. Okay, which basically is where all the images are stored. I've got over 1.5 terabytes of images stored here. So for example, if we go to weddings 2015, okay, now this is giving you the months. Now obviously we didn't have any weddings in September, so this is current up to August. And this is the latest one, August 25th, Shira and Yaakov. And now this lets you in. The reason why it doesn't ask for a password is because I'm logged in. But any regular person would need a password to get into this, okay? So you click on here on the diamond selection, and this, so, oh, there you go. Okay, I want to introduce you at this point now, a thing called new incognito window. Does anybody know what this is?
Another window, another website window that's not attached to these tabs.
Yeah,
No cookies.
but more than that, what?
No cookies.
So who cares about cookies? It has one really, really powerful benefit. I use it all the time. It's a very important tool to use.
Side by side.
No, so you can open a regular new window. New incognito window means that everything that you're signed into, you're not signed into anymore, which is really, really helpful when you're checking stuff out, because when you're logged into stuff, you see it differently to how your customer sees things, and you want to see exactly what your customer's seeing. So I use the new incognito window all the time. It's a very important thing to use. So if we click on the incognito window,
Only from Google Chrome, or?
I only use Google Chrome. The truth is, I actually use Firefox just because I have when I have more than like 3 windows open. But my advice to everybody is to exclusively use Google Chrome and to make use of this incognito function. It's really, really clever. Okay, so now if I take this, if I copy this URL, which is Shifra and Yaakov's diamond selection, and goes to, it's in this file, weddings 2015, August, and then the individual wedding, and then their diamond selection. Now if I go to the incognito window that I opened, and I click paste and go, it should ask me for a password. Should do, yes. So it's asked me for a password, and I'll put a password in. 54222. 154224. Oh. 154224. Okay, let me in. So now this is what my clients see. This is exactly what my clients are seeing. Okay, they see all of these bars over here, my logo over here, and then this is called a breadcrumb. Okay, this is always referred to as a breadcrumb. Okay, so now they can look at the pictures that have just been arranged in a very quick way to see things. You can see these pictures have actually had I've used that program to edit some of these pictures a little bit, just to take away some of like the blemishes and stuff. So, come on. Okay. This is how I show the diamond selection. Let me just show you how I preview people for the wedding portfolio, the full wedding portfolio. This is again exactly what my clients are seeing. Okay, exactly what they're seeing. This is now all of the images for this wedding came out to 2023. They're all watermarked. Okay. So this is one application of my. We'll get into that. We'll get into that. There is also going to be a question and answer and question session at the end, but feel free, no, you should ask questions. If it's relevant, I'll answer them. If not, maybe just write it down and ask me again at the end, but we'll get into watermarks anyway.
Is this how Smugmug makes?
It's a few options.
Is this how Smugmug works?
Yeah, you can set it up. Yeah. Is this the only setup? There's.
No, lots of options. We'll go through it. This is what's called the Smugmug setup. This is the original Smugmug setup. Okay, so this is one way of how I use Smugmug, okay, which is the clients are able now to see their images, and we'll explain how they can download and all that stuff in a little bit. Okay, that's number one. Number two, which is what I want to get into now, is this. This I'm not logged into right now. This is my Diamond Images events website. So I've linked it to here just as other events. I have weddings, other events in school. When you click other events, it takes you to an actual website built using Smugmug. Not just over here, which is, I suppose it is a website, but it's not really very beautiful, and it's kind of, you know, it's just folders and stuff like that. It's just a means to an end, whereas this is a very finished, front end display. Okay, so we've got here, you can go to bar mitzvah, bat mitzvah, all different kinds of things. We've got a menu at the top here. This button takes you to this page here. Then we have this button, which links just to the most important pages that we'll get into in a minute. This one takes you back to this website over here. This is a contact, this is prices, and this takes you, this one client area, takes you to the original thing that I was showing you, which is this client area of how I deal with the whole mechanics of moving pictures backwards and forwards to people.
So what's the difference between like this and the more perfectly finished up website?
So there is, what I want to show you now is number one, how to build a really nice looking website using Smugmug, and for the same price to have your whole logistical operation running in the background through that same way. You won't, if some, for example, when somebody comes to your website, a new client, you don't particularly want them to be, you know, mooching around all your clients. Well, you might, I mean, you can send them there, but number one, it should be passworded. And number two, the first thing that your client should see should be a very beautiful, finished, refined product. You don't want them to be in the back end of all the place where people download it, what we call the client area. So we're going to show you how with just, there's two options really, $60 a month or $150 a month. For $300 a month is not really, it's not, I don't think it's really worth paying the extra money. But I'm going to explain to you the difference.
It's a year, I thought you said.
Sorry, so yeah. Sorry, yeah. Okay, so there's the website. This is that website which we're going to keep referring back to, diamondimagesevents.smugmug.com. You can have it linked to your own domain name. That's for sure.
What do you mean linked?
You can have it. You can get it customized your own domain name. I haven't had to do it because I have people come to it through my original website. I've got loads of websites, so I don't need to deal with actually getting this one pasted. I don't care that this is in the toolbar. But if this is your main website, then you should pay the extra money to get the domain name. So it should say italiaphotography.com, etc. Okay, so that's number one. Online archiving. So just keep in mind when we flick through Diamond Images Fine Event Photography, this is diamondimages.smugmug.com, and this is diamondimagesPhoto.smugmug.com. Okay, they're two completely unrelated sites with two different logins. They're complete, according to Smugmug, there's two people out there, Diamond Images Photo and Diamond Images Events. They're two completely unrelated things.
Two different ways for this.
Two completely different ways, and today we're going to build diamondimagesstudio.smugmug.com.
So they're not linked together?
They're not, well, they're linked in that little link. You can make a link that will take you to this. Okay, everyone's clear so far? Yeah? Okay. So, in the client area, I just showed you now, basically, in regards to the archiving. So, going through these, we just showed you before with Yakov and Shifra, how now I've got, once their wedding has been edited, I've got online their entire wedding portfolio, which was the 2,000 odd pictures, and then the diamond selection, which is my favorite selection, which is 400 or 500 pictures. That's now online, archived, safe. I don't need to deal with now crazy other archiving systems in my studio because it's all archived. I have it saved now. Once it's up online, once it's now on Smugmug, I have it on one hard drive in my office, and that's it. That's enough. Go on, Zara. No? That's enough. You don't, in my opinion and from my experience, you don't have to go crazy over backing up, because the real problems with backing up, from my experience with photographers, with lots of photographers, the problem with backing up or losing images always comes from mistakes before, very few people have I ever come across who've lost images because of hardware failure. It's always because of lack of coordination in the upload or forgetting something or etc. etc. Everyone has had those experiences. So from my experience, I have had a lot of experience with this now. It's enough. Once you've got things online, before they're online, they should be a little bit more secure. But once they're online here, and you've got everything, the full portfolio and the diamond selection, you don't have to go crazy backing up hard drives and going nuts over all that other stuff. That's my take on the matter. You can pull it off of Smugmug whenever you like. Okay, so that's the online archiving. Online galleries, I showed you the galleries just before, okay? Digital file delivery to clients. So I'm going to go into all of this in much more detail, but in regards to delivering the, I don't want to give this out now. I'm just going to give the Rosh Hashanahs right now, and we'll get into it a bit more later. We use Smugmug to deliver the files to everybody, which is basically done through this button here. When they click into this, there's a click here saying download all. You click this. I'm not going to do it here because it will start downloading to my computer. It'll go to the, if I'm in the incognito. This is how you know it's incognito. There's this little guy in the corner here. Okay. If I click here, download all, then it asks me to put in the password, which is a separate password to the actual gallery, a download password, which I give to my client, and then my email, and it will send me an email, a link with the downloads. It's mamish awesome. Very, very good system to use.
What do you need that for?
To deliver.
Send you an email with the downloads. Oh, but
then I said no. So my client, I've got two options. Either I can then send them the link, send my client the link, or my client, the way I do it, my client clicks the download. They put in the password and their email address, and it sends them a zipped folder to their email that they then download. Which means you bypass CDs, DVDs, what's it called, USB keys, all kinds of crazy Sachen that people deal with. It's just digital delivery.
How long does that take for it to send their work over to them?
How long does it take for them to download?
Yeah.
I have a very quick internet line. I can download the whole thing in like 15 minutes, but I think usually you're talking between around an hour for people generally. It's between, in America, it's mamash 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes. In Israel, a regular person, don't forget you've also got the people with the dial-up connection still, and they call you up, says 8 hours. You have to remember there's always going to be people. This is the best option I've seen so far by a long, long way. It does not mean that it's faultless. It doesn't mean that it's absolutely clean sailing. It's like being on a big cruiser compared to being on like a paddling boat that I've seen in the past, okay? It's much, much, much better, but there's still going to be things that are not so straightforward. Okay.
This thing sends them the link to the zip file?
Can do.
Is that different than what it used to be?
Yeah, it's a new feature. We'll get into it. Okay, receiving client image selections. This is also just so cool. 1 second. Going to the back end again. We're back into my Diamond Images client area. So now, if I need to go into the back end here. Okay, I'm logged in. As you see, it says upload, organize, customize, sell. That means I'm in the back end. Okay. Now, if I go into organize. Okay. If I go into organize, now this is my back end of my Smugmug. These are folders. We'll talk about that in a bit. B'ezrat Hashem. Now, in album upload. If you look here, this is my album upload. So whenever I do, the last wedding that you just saw was Coates and Mincer. Shifra and Yaakov was Coates and Mincer. So now in Coates and Mincer, I have the 3 albums that they've ordered. The one for the Chassan and Kala, then the one for the Kala's parents, and the ones for the Chassan's parents. Okay, these are the albums that they now have a link to upload to. So when I send them the email, again, we're going to get into this. I'm just showing you the, 1 second. I'll just go to the email that I sent them, which is here. 1 second. So if I go over to here, which was the Chassan and Kala album, and I click on that link, so I didn't show you, there's a link here that says, click here to upload your final image selection for your platinum album for Husn and Color, then they have a drag and drop dialogue that pops up. All they need to do is take one image or all their images, which I will do right now just to demonstrate. Drop it in here. This drags up.
You don't need any password for that.
You could if you wanted to, but there's no point for that.
This is why I never figured out how to do it.
So this is Mamush the King.
So how do you build this?
I'm introducing what we use it for. We're going to show you. So now that uploaded. So now if I go to this thing here and I click, remember this is the back end me looking. I click here. There you go. Into their album has dropped my image that I just dropped up there. The Husn and Color dropped that from the States. Now I have it on my cloud that I can download. I just click here, go like this, download image, watch this.
People shrinking them and copying them. And
Yes, you do get that. Like I said, it's not Mamush foolproof, but we get a lot more we get it a lot more like right.
What do you do if somebody does that? You tell them that
So I have a no.
Just dig out the original.
So I have a no. I don't. Usually I email them back. In the old days, I used to like deal with it. Nowadays, I'm like, I'm sorry, you made a mistake. I've deleted everything. Please try again. So it's just no more. There's no more messing around.
You made a mistake. You tell them what mistake.
I say that you made a mistake. Please don't crunch the numbers down. I have people. I had. Yeah. I also had one woman the other day call me. I called her and I said, did you read? She was like, I can't do this. I can't. I said, did you read the instructions? No, but I'm not going to. I can't do this. And I'm like, so what? Can I write? I just want to write out an email to you with the numbers. I'm like, but it's much harder for you to do this than to just read the instructions and do it. I just can't do it. I can't. So you're like, okay, look, well, I'm going to fight you about this. So you deal with it. There's always these people. But let's look at this just to show you how well this actually works. Devorah can vouch for this because she's on the back end dealing with this the whole time. 1 second. Devorah works as our album macher. This is Devorah at the end with the computer. So 1 second. I just deleted this picture. If you look here, 1 second. This is our album archive. This is all the albums that we have received through this successfully. Okay? It's a lot of albums, and I've had experience doing all different ways, every different way, and this by far trumps everything. I'm going to show you.
That printer, what's that printer company? The one
Rot?
that you did the first.
Yeah.
Rot?
Yeah.
That's who prints these albums with?
Mm-hmm. But this right now, we're not at that point. We're just at the point with the customer returning us our selection. It could also be if you're dealing with if you're dealing with studio work, you're not making albums, but you're doing reprints. You can use the same principles to deal with reprints, like I do as well. So anyway, so that's receiving the client thing. Now, in regards to there's transferring bulk reprints to the print shop. Okay, so let's look at that quickly. Now, I just got an email. I saved this for you here. Did I? Oh no, I didn't. Sorry, I've been dealing with this girl, and she just sent me for her album. Nowadays, we don't do any slipping albums. We just do digital albums, but we're still dealing with people from 2 years ago, so then we did. So there's a girl here, 1 second, Leverton Broderick. This is 200 pictures, she uploaded everything fine. Okay, she ordered a 200 picture slip-in album, 5x7, 13x18. So now I've got her whole selection of images on my cloud. Okay, so I don't have to now dig through. Usually, what would it be in the old days? They send you a list, in the best case scenario, a legible list. Yeah, usually they do it on Excel, and like Excel removes the zeros and stuff, and then they're like, yeah, they didn't even know what they've done anyway. But anyway, so now I've got the full 200 images online. Now all I need to do is I click download gallery. Now I already did this, so it just did it very quickly. Usually it takes a minute or so. Now this zip here, if I click this link here, this will now download those 200 images onto my computer. which means if I give this link to somebody else, it will download those 200 images onto their computer. So all I need to do is right click, click copy link address, go in here. Now I can just paste this here. This is the link to those 200 pictures. So if I put this here and write, please print at 13 by 18, thanks.
Did you send him the English email?
Yeah, it's only like. Hi, Shalom.
I'm sorry.
You got here, no problem. How you doing? Come in, take a seat. Say that. So that now means that I just need to send this link to ROT, and they will be able to click and download and print everything without me having to get involved now in what we always used to have to do, which was once I get the list, now I have to sit through. Think of how much work that just, how much time do you think that just saved?
A lot.
But what if you want to?
What did you say? Go and have a guess at just that one little thing.
And then you have to do it.
How do you?
From getting a list, having to select through the list, then upload the whole list, then, yeah.
Can you repeat those steps one more time and have?
I'm going to go, no, this is just an introduction. We're going to go back through it properly.
Okay, and also like, what if you want to look over the pictures and edit them on Smugmug? You can't edit them, so how would
No.
you do that?
Okay, that's a good question. Write that question down. Write that question down and you'll ask me later. Okay. Fine. Next. So that's in regards to transferring bulk prints to the printing shop. Okay. There's also obviously transferring the bulk prints to the album designer. I don't know who here. Do you deal with album designers? You do it yourself. You do it yourself. So you deal with other album designers, yeah? How did you get your images to her or him or what?
Either Dropbox or WeTransfer.
Okay, so now the client has uploaded it. I just follow the steps that I just showed before. Devor was in South Australia, no? Been in Australia for like 3 weeks, and there was no interruption in our workflow whatsoever. No interruption. Then, how do you get the images, once you've designed the albums, how do you get the images back to ROT to print the albums? Same idea, but we print them, we upload them this time. I'll just quickly show you back into my client area Smugmug.
You can look over it first, like say your album design, send it.
Yeah, so that's it. I trust Devor, so I don't need to do that. But look, we have here. So that's show album. So Roth albums. So we have being printed and printed. Being printed. These ones right now. This one actually has just been printed. So now what I can do, because this one's been printed, I've received it and I've returned it to the client. I just drag this into here, printed. Now in printed, I've got all of that. We haven't been doing this for so long, but this is a whole archive. Now if they turn around to me and said, okay, I'd like another reprint of this album for my, my whoever, I just click here, I click download gallery, it regenerates a link for me, I send the link back to ROT, done.
You don't hold on to the images once you've downloaded them. It's just for the purpose of having a link.
There's no end to Smugmug. There's no limit on there. What?
It's like a cloud.
It's an unlimited cloud. It's like, what's it called? Cumulonimbus? Like the big rain one that never just goes on. Cumulonimbus.
The
What?
folder of that shows images before, after you made the album, you delete it, you just leave
No,
it.
I just put it in, I showed you, I put it in an archive, so I've got all their pictures there for later.
That one's printed.
Yeah, so what is very important though is
Where are
to...
those? Where do you keep those?
Well, I'm gonna show you much more in detail everything, okay? But very important, please, when you're dealing with this kind of thing, which is lots of folders and files in reality, that's really what you're dealing with, folders and files, you need to stay Masuda. You need, the word I use all the time is lean. You need to be lean, okay? No, what's the definition of lean? The word lean means there's like no extraneous fat, nothing that's not shaykh. So you have to get rid of everything that isn't necessary should not be there. There shouldn't be any files that you're like, I wonder what that, mate, yeah, I don't know what that is. Like, you imagine how many folders you went through your computer, how many folders would you say, don't really know what that is. Let's leave that to the side. You know, how many folders on your computer? If you're starting from afresh, be really stark on this because it will save you a lot of hassle. Now on my computer, I actually went through the whole computer and I leaned my computer out and I created obsolete folders, and I put anything that I didn't know or didn't want or didn't need, I put into obsolete folders, which means I didn't get rid of it, and if I need to find something eventually, I'll go into my obsolete folders. But that is the key. The key to staying lean is having really decent miscellaneous sections, okay? Having actual folders, or in the office you'll see I've got big miscellaneous boxes of like computer parts or electrical parts or camera parts, and I just have a miscellaneous box of stuff, and you can always find stuff. So that's a way of keeping things very lean, okay? So don't...
Like a minimalist?
Minimalist, exactly. Yeah, minimalist, that's another word to use. Could say that, fine. Okay, and then client print ordering. Clients can also order prints. I'll just show you that very quickly, which would be, if they go to the studio. So now in regards to client print ordering, it's done in the exact same way. The way we run client print, when I do a regular studio shoot instead of a wedding, the package includes 20 13 by 18 prints and 4 20 by 30 prints. It's the exact same system as what I showed you before. They just click here, it takes them to the drag and drop. Okay, and then on my side, when I go back here, I have over here studio reprints. So that was just Immerman that I looked at just here. It has the 20 by 30, the 13 by 18, and again I just forward the email on to Rot with the correct instructions, and it's bypassed a huge amount of red tape that creates also there's a lot of chance of miscommunication and mistakes and things. One of the things I always say to my clients when they're like, oh, I can't do this, I'm like, it's the mistakes are reduced. The percentage of any mistakes being made are reduced so much by using our system than the original writing down the numbers or whatever it is.
And if there are any mistakes, you can always blame it on the client. They put in the wrong ones.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea, but you can do that
Do
potentially.
you fix up the pictures that they choose?
No, I send them the pictures that I send them. As if you want to get involved in picking, if you want to get involved in fixing up the pictures that they've chosen, then you don't bypass. You have to re-download everything and then re-upload again. There's no, from my knowledge, there's no way of doing fixes on Smugmug itself. Okay, so let's get into actually building the website on Smugmug. Okay, I'm going to do this in an incognito window. We're going to go to diamondimagestudio.smugmug.com, which is an unbuilt website as we stand. Yeah, this is now basically as it looks. I mean, the truth is, to get clear on everything for you guys, I've rebuilt this website now 20 times. So this is where we're holding right now. Okay, my goal right now is to build a family portrait studio website. Okay, and I'm going to explain to you as I'm going along what I'm doing. Please interrupt me and ask questions, and if they're on topic, I will answer immediately. Okay, so now my to get into this one is Shmuel at diamondimagesPhoto.com. How many people in this room know my password?
Could you let us know the rest you don't know?
It's just being recorded, otherwise I would tell you. Okay, so now we're in, okay? We are in. Wait.
Recording this with that.
1 second, that just took me back to events, that's annoying. Why did that do that? Oh wait, so I need to sign out of the events. So now, if you see here, so I need to log in again. I logged into, I did Shmuel. Oh. Imagesphotography.com. If you have numerous Smugmug accounts, then because I have 3. This is now my 3rd Smugmug. My regular Smugmug is my client area, yeah. Then my 2nd Smugmug is the website, the events website that I showed you. So now this is my 3rd Smugmug that I'm creating now. So you need three different email addresses. So I have a bunch of email addresses. So the first one was shmueldiamond@gmail. The second one was shmuel@diamondimagesPhoto.com, and this one is shmuel@diamondimagesphotography.com. Anyway, so now we're in.
Wait, wait, that's just your login. It's all under one account.
No. They're three. According to
accounts?
Smugmug, I have 3 unique separate accounts. One of them, my client area, which I sell photography from. I pay $150 a year. And then the other ones that I just am making as websites, I only need to pay $60 a year.
Is there a reason why you can't have the website and the client area on one account?
No, you can. You can, and I'm going to show you how to do that. I've already built it. I did it before that. I knew that before I even thought about building a website through Smugmug. The thing about the Smugmug websites is because they're built for photographers. They're like, who do you use? You Weebly or something, no? You changed it? You do it in Moonfruit? Yeah.
I've not updated it for like 2 years. It's very embarrassing.
So, but the way they deal with images is not geschmuck.
No, it's not.
They don't present pictures. Any website that, even on my PhotoBiz account, because it's like moving and nice stuff, it's nothing like the actual images here. They're presented so beautifully and crisp. Like the actual presentation, you see what I'm talking about here? It's like the presentation, it's a photography display website, so they display everything very, very well.
But there are no slideshows.
There is a slideshow. Yeah, it's a bit schwach though, but there is a slideshow. I wouldn't recommend using the slideshows in this, but I'm going to show you. But
So it is possible then to put it under one account?
Yeah, so it is possible.
I'm going to show you how to do it under one account. I'm going to show you how to build a website, and then there's going to be like invisible links. Like here you've got, this is the menu. Okay, in our menu we're going to have like portfolios, about, testimonials, pricing, contact, yeah? And then there's going to be, so to speak, an invisible one, or you could even make it saying client area, where people would be able to get into the client area. So you're going to be able to run both things. The difference between $60 and $150 a year is $150 a year. There's a few differences, but the way I think the Ica difference is that for $60 a year, the $150 a year on top of the $60 a year means you get, number 1, watermarks, which is quite nice, and number 2, selling. You cannot sell for $60 a year. You can have people buy their prints through your Smugmug, but you don't see any money from that. So you don't get any money.
They can buy it.
You can still have it that people can buy prints, but it's just like they're buying them from Snapfish. You understand? So it just runs straight through Smugmug. Smugmug take their commission, the printers take their commission, and little Alana's left on the side. Whereas if you pay $150 a year, then you can make your money back. I don't know if it's worth it, paying the extra money a year. You might make back that money each year. You might. It depends how your business runs. I very rarely sell. I sell very little online. I would say maybe $150 a year. Maybe.
People don't print, like, I don't know, relatives in America, they want to print their pictures, they don't just print it.
Download them.
People don't. That's the thing. People like to download stuff. I'm very easygoing. You can make
You
it.
can always upgrade.
Well, you can always upgrade. They're very easygoing. Also, you can also downgrade as well very easily. It's a very lovely company. Really nice people
Do
there.
you need like your own domain name? Does
No,
that work?
but if you don't have your own domain name, then you're going to have to be having people write in diamondimagesstudio.smugmug.com.
Oh.
So it's a good idea to get your own domain name, just to add that. It's not very professional to have the .smugmug.com at the end of your website.
To get your own domain.
It's not a lot of money. To register a domain is like about $15 or something, and then it's like $6 a year, $10 a year.
So if I have my own...
If you have a domain name already, be in touch with Smugmug. One thing you have to really be very clear on is don't be scared about this stuff. we're past that stage now. We're 2000 and nearly 2016. Tafshin Ayin Vav. Don't be scared about domain names and registering and all that stuff. You go online. You need to be very easy, relying on Google. You send emails to Smugmug. They have their support heroes that are ready to come to your rescue.
Do you need a hoster?
What?
So a hoster? Do you need a...
This is your host. This is what a host is. They like all you need is a domain, and then you need to. I haven't dealt with the domain with Smugmug, but I know I've dealt with a lot of things with Smugmug. They email you back right away. You can't speak on the telephone. They don't do telephones, but they're very good on emails. It's like 24 hours, 7 days a week. You know, you get to speak to one of the Smugmug heroes, and they save the day. Okay.
Is anyone else cold in here? 'Cause I'm cold. I don't know.
Do you want to move? Do you want to swap? Alana, are you hot?
Kind
Do you want to swap places with Lana? Because where Lana's sitting is probably going to be much warmer than where you are. Oh, I can also knock the turn it off a bit. Leave it. Oh, you want to put the power on? Everyone's okay? You're okay?
How about we bring up the temperature?
Leave it like this. It's better you swap
Blowing
places.
down.
Yeah, so I can knock it afterwards. Yeah. You know what? Come on, do you want to just stand on the chair and just point it upwards? Okay. Has anybody here built their own website before? Who's built? Just put your hand up as if you built a website.
Not alone, but yeah.
No, well, what do you mean not alone? Like you,
No, I had someone help me build it.
as in like they did it and you like just told them what to do, kind of thing.
I did most of it, and then yeah,
Okay. So there's
and I needed help.
there's massive benefits of building your own website, and there's massive benefits to building your own website. The benefits are mainly by way of the fact that you can deal with stuff later. One of the things that I want to do. Oh, one second. I just want to show you one other thing that I use my Smugmug for. This was a big hassle that I'm going to show you how to do really easily. This took me a long time to work out. But if you go to the school, this is my school website. This is done through. This is using Moonfruit. 1 second. Okay, this is using Moonfruit. It's a completely different way of building a website. But if you go here to if you look one second, Talia, do you mind if I just pull your website up just to show everyone for a second?
Which one?
What is it?
Moonfruit or
Your
that?
Moonfruit one.
www.talias.com.
1 second. www.tali
AS.
Taliban. Talias.
AS photography.
PHOTOGI. Yeah, I'll get back. Talias photography. Is this it? Taliasphotography.com, that magic touch. Good, okay. Okay, so this is done with Moonfruit, yeah? So where have you got with your portfolio? So this is nice, it's nice and clean. They don't display, but you realise that the quality of the displaying of the pictures is a little bit...
You have to shrink them before you upload them.
So now this is the slideshow. So I had a gallery, so this is one of the way, this is the old style Moonfruit, yeah?
Because I don't upgrade it because you don't get a slideshow and then
You have to, no, they do. It's really poor though. It's really rubbish.
bad, so I didn't
But check this out.
upgrade
So
it.
this is the slideshow. It's very. I mean, Talia's photography is lovely, but the actual slideshow itself is not particularly. Yeah, you can do all stuff.
You can do all
Anyway, so I built this website. 1 second. I built this website using Smugmug. The student galleries. Well, using Moonfruit. The student galleries. This is a slideshow that I've imported. Like this is using an HTML code. It's a bit more involved with a separate program, whatever. So the student galleries I used before, the way Talia was doing it, and it just didn't have that same geschmack. So what I've done now is using Smugmug. You won't see this, but I got rid of my logo saying Diamond Images Photography, because it's got nothing to do with the JSP, the Jerusalem School of Photography, and I've created a gallery using Smugmug, but it has no hint all it says, you don't see this because this is because I'm logged in. All it says is JSP Advanced Photography Gallery. You close there, and if you click here, you get the foundation. So I've used Smugmug. What I've done is I've done away with my logo, which was actually not very easy to do. That took me like a couple of days to work out with a lot of support, but I managed to do it, and I'll show you how to do it very easily.
For people to look at and see your work, or they order from you?
No, this is a gallery from the school, just so people can see what the pictures the students take. Okay, and if they click on a picture here, then it gives them a nice light. This is called a light box. They can flick through these pictures here. But it's just, you see the difference in the professionalness of something like this. I mean, here the photographer is amateur because it's amateur photographers. But the professionalness of such a way of displaying the images compared to this is a more like, you understand what I'm saying? It's just a different way of doing it, but you wouldn't have to debrand it. I'm just going to show you how to debrand it as well. Okay, so let's get to it. 1 second. Where are we? Here we go. Okay, so let's start. First thing we need to understand. This is where you should start. Right? If anybody has their computer and you want to get online, you can get online by Uncle Remus is the surprise. What? That's my Wi-Fi.
Oh, you don't have a charger, do you, for pensions?
The charger. What does it take?
The Sam.
What is that?
The
Is that a
Samsung.
regular USB thing?
Yeah.
I think, 1 second.
The difference in Smugmug versus PhotoBase is $10 a month.
Which one's more? Which one's $10 more?
PhotoBase, I'm paying $10.
Okay, so the first thing we need to know when we go to Smugmug, when we get into the organized backside of Smugmug, we end up with the option of creating a folder, a gallery, and a page. Who has Smugmug here, by the way? Talia does. You guys do. I know that you understand what a folder is, yeah? And you understand what a gallery is, yeah? I bet you have no idea what a page is. No.
What is?
Yara? Talia?
What is?
So like half, but not totally. Like I couldn't connect it.
Fine. So you've got 3 options in Smugmug, okay? I'm going to try, by the way, I'm trying to give you the tools that you'll be able to do this by yourself, okay? I'm not telling you what's right and what's wrong, I'm just trying to explain it to you on a more like Yesodi level that's going to help you do it yourself.
But we can only if we have a login, then I'll give you a sample.
I think you can get a sample there, but just buy it, Sarah, trust me. Just spend $60 straight away. When you get home, spend $60 and start messing around.
They give a 14-day free trial.
What?
14-day free trial.
Say that, but you just don't need to have the free trial. Trust me, it's unless you want to get involved in like Photo Shelter or Zenfolio, which I heard are also very good. Then you can do that. But I've got no reason why I would ever think of not recommending Smugmug. Every issue there was, they ironed out. Like without me saying anything, like because they've got such a big community behind them, it's such a big business that things get ironed out, and all of a sudden you get like, oh, there's a new feature, like, and why is it?
You mean if you
Nobody's
say you
able to
can't?
connect to the internet.
What?
Nobody's able to connect this.
Why?
I don't know. It says mine says key mismatch. What is yours?
Mine says that it's the wrong password.
Uncle Remus.
Yeah. There's capitals.
Maybe
everywhere.
Uncle Remus 1.
There's space.
How you spell it?
No. That'd be annoying.
You know, I don't even know if I'm in the right work. I'm not a photographer.
No.
I just do albums. This will help me?
In regards to doing what?
No, in
It's not gonna
organizing
help.
my work.
Keep, it's worth being here. It's worth being here. Okay. In regards to making a website, this is right now I'm going to explain how to build a website. I'm just going to spend about an hour and a half on this. It's not linking in. You're the right. Did you choose the right?
Yeah.
How many sit down?
Yeah, it's a full signal. Full signal.
I tried calling you, like you wanted to write it.
You're from Bangladesh?
Yeah. I'll give you right
One
back.
second.
Media from
Set it up full signal.
Did you see a missed call like around 12:30 or
02 or 05?
054?
Press on that.
I saw your message just like an hour before I left, and I called you.
mean, it sounds like it should be. You'll see, it's going to be, I don't know what's going I'm not finding out now, I'm finding out what I can do with my
Thing underneath. Did you try doing this
No, I love the photography. Just you need the
But I'm making it here.
I want to do that dance class. How behind that, to see like if I need to do it completely again, or like a read. Right, yeah, I know.
the curve underneath?
It's always on room. I had a thing the other day that might do a circuit.
Try your number line.
No, they reset. I had an issue with my internet a few days ago. Maybe they messed with the password.
So you were saying you have 3 options.
One sec, I just want to know if it would be. I think we're gonna, ladies, let's move forward then without the internet. I don't think it's gonna be such a help anyway. It could be that it's a help, but I don't know what the password is anyway. So let's just go with.
Do you find that display of the gallery is sufficient? Like when you're so used to having a slideshow?
So let's get into it. Let's go into it. Okay, ladies.
Can you also download pictures from your phone into Smugmug? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, you can use your Smugmug. You can use your phone. It has an app on your phone for Smugmug. Okay, so you've got 3 options. Okay, folders, galleries, and pages. Okay, now folders and galleries are very simple. It's just like a folder is just a folder like we have on our regular computers. Okay, so I'm going to create a folder right now. I'm going to call this, and gives you a bunch of options here. I'm going to call this folder website. I'm going to, like I said, I'm making this website now. It's going to be 2 kind of things. It's going to be the website, and it's going to be a client area. Okay, 2 separate functions. Okay, so website. This is going to be called. This folder is going to be called website. Don't need any information here. I don't need a picture. In regards to security and sharing, I'm just going to leave everything as it is. Now, click create. What am I missing? Okay, so
That's a meta description. All that stuff is for SEO.
SEO and stuff. I'm not dealing with all that. No, I don't deal with that. Our world is not like, the truth is my Diamond Images we're at the top of the organic SEO for Israel photography, Jerusalem wedding photography, that kind of stuff. So I don't need to deal with
Do
it.
you want to buy my website?
You want to buy your website?
It's called Israel is Beautiful.
Maybe Talia would like to. She was telling me
I
how
bought
she.
it 10 years ago and never used it.
Okay. So, you should imagine if you had bought Google, how much money you could have made. Anyway, so now I've created a folder here. Okay. Now a folder contains galleries. Now I've created, for the sake of saving time, I've created already 4 galleries. I'm just going to show you quickly now. I was in only one. Okay. I've uploaded. Now I'm going to
Is it in the website? Or there's another folder?
What does that mean in the website?
Oh, so
Website is a page? That's a page.
No, website is a folder. This is a gallery, and a page has another little. We're going to get into pages in a minute. Okay, pages are more confusing. Sorry?
I'm gonna add the folder.
Well, we have, so far we have one folder which is called website, and we have 5 galleries, one called internal, one called only one, two's company, just a few, a whole bunch. Okay, I wanted to build my website, my studio website, in regards to a gallery, in regards to the galleries, instead of having like newborns and teens and stuff, I thought I'd break it up a little bit more interesting as one and only, or only one. That would be just singular pictures, and two's company, which will be pictures of 2, just a few up to 5, and then 6 plus is a whole bunch. So that's going to be the way I break down my website. You should have a plan before you jump in to building a website. You should have a basic structural plan on a piece of paper, or I don't usually write it down. I usually have it in my head, but a basic structural plan of what your website's going to look like, the pages. For example, you want a home page, then you want a portfolio page, an about page, a testimonial page, a pricing page, a contact page. Okay, those are basically your 6 general things. Okay, so now we've created our folder that we've called website. Galleries live in folders, okay? So now let's just first, I've created these galleries. I can create another gallery. Let's just create another gallery. We're going to call this gallery test. Okay, test. Now I've got all these different options. We're not going to get into this right now. I'll see that in a minute. I'm creating my test gallery. Now this gallery is empty. Okay, so now how do I upload to here? I click here, upload. Now I have on my desktop, hopefully here, over here, images to be added. Now these are a few pictures that I wanted to add to my own one and only thing here, but I've just created the test. Here we go, drag and drop. Okay, now these images will be uploaded. Again, I have a very quick internet connection, but you can see it really doesn't take too much time. How long does it take to upload your?
Unless you've got
Maybe
a full
like
10 minutes for it.
300 pictures maybe takes like an hour.
Okay, that's good. I can upload like 2,500 pictures in like about 5 hours, 4 or 5 hours.
Do you know what your speed is?
It's like 100 or
Do you
something
first
like that.
upload it to your hard drive and then from your hard drive to Smugmug, or can you upload it straight into Smugmug?
From where?
I'm saying from your camera chip, from your.
You could, but I mean, you'd probably want to edit them first, no? Unless you want to save the raw pictures, you could upload from your, just drag and drop from the camera chip.
You can also do click to browse. I click to browse instead of dragging and dropping.
1 second. One of these images didn't make it up. Let me just see what happened there. They all made it. Okay. Okay. So now we've got. 1 second. We'll get back to here in a minute. Okay, so this is my website, Diamond Images Studio. This is the umbrella, so to speak. It's like the folder which everything else fits into. So we've got these galleries here, and this folder
the
here.
diamond image in the folder name, you're not allowed to have spaces, or you're just in one?
No, you can. It's very easy going with that. It does all the difficult stuff for you. 1 second. I never use this computer for uploading stuff. See.
Where I just moved to, they have only 20 megabytes a minute max.
20 megabytes a minute is not. That's not. Doesn't make sense.
20
See,
megabytes.
it goes
Where I
by.
was 100.
There's a
And I
difference
moved
between
20.
download and upload.
It's called megabits. It's called megabits. 20 is quite slow. 100 is fast. I have 100, I think. 100 is fast. 20 is slow. It's worth
very
spending
slow.
some extra
No, but
money
they
and
don't
getting.
have. They don't have in that area. It doesn't go more than
Oh really? Oh, that's a different thing. Okay, so now, whenever I click on Diamond Images Studio, this is my entire website. Whether I'm going to be using the website or whether I'm going to be doing the client area, Diamond Images, the whole thing. Let's create the folder
Oh, like the homepage?
client area. Sorry?
Homepage you mean?
It's not really a homepage. I don't want to call it a homepage.
So client area is another folder.
So like I said, I'm going to be running through this website, 2 websites, two systems. I'm going to be having my website, and I'm going to be having my client area. They're 2 distinct entities. Everyone's with me? If you're not with me, don't keep quiet because
The website is for what?
the website is going to be the front end, like I showed you my Diamond Images events website, which is going to be a beautiful way for people to browse and look at pictures who are interested in hiring my services.
Okay.
Then the client area is going to be the back-end logistical part of the operation, which is going to allow me to send images to my clients, to receive the images, to send the images to the print shop, etc., etc. Okay, so I'm going to be creating two distinct websites within this one website. We're calling one the website and one the client area. Clear?
And
Tell you
one
clear?
account.
What?
In one account.
In one account, yeah.
But they can only access one at a time.
I'm going to make it that they're not even going to be able to access the client area unless I want them to.
And it will be
The-
just their folder.
Yeah, well, everything else will be passworded. They will be able to see other stuff, but yeah.
Can you upload through your main website?
I don't know what you mean.
Like, why do you need the client area if you've got the regular website?
It's going to, because you'll see, we want to keep the website clean. The truth is, you don't have to do it like I've done. I just want to make it really, really masuda for everybody to understand. Okay?
Two different functions. The
What is
website is
this
for people to look at your work, and the client area is for your client who you've already taken pictures for to get their pictures and give you pictures. And
Okay, one second. I want to just delete this because I don't know what happened there.
They could see other events that you've done in the client area.
But it's going to be passworded. They could potentially, if they have the password.
That you give the password of that other event.
Yes. So one second. Let me now upload again to here. Don't know why this didn't work.
Think of a few customers who have checked.
Say again.
that's when you have the password. So
I could see some customers objecting to other people seeing their pictures.
So you put a password on it. Put a password on it.
Each gallery, and then the person will use their password.
This is so strange.
Does it have to have a thumbnail photograph, or can you technically just put their name on it?
Or even a thumbnail. Yeah, you could get rid of the
It's
thumbnail.
good to know, but when one doesn't work, it tells you, so you know which pictures are uploaded. It's handy.
What causes
Yeah, it
that?
happens sometimes. Who
I
knows?
don't know, but this
For
is.
whatever reason, you know which one I'm uploaded. It's not like there's 342 pictures.
Yeah.
Where's number 43? Like you know which one to
Do you
upload.
ask your clients before you put them on your site if you're allowed to use their picture?
No. I've learned from my experience. I used to have in my contract many years
As
ago.
reflect is triff.
Sorry?
As reflect is triff.
What does that mean?
So you just saying.
As they.
If you ask, it's triff.
Oh, that's it. So yeah. So exactly for that reason.
So what if
Yeah.
the client sees the picture and they say, you know what, it's an intimate photograph.
No, so I take it down immediately without any questions. But usually, what happens is number one, they never see it's online. The people who care anyway never ever see it online. They don't, and they don't know. And if you ask them, most people, if you give them the option, will say no. Why should I? Whereas if they don't really care, but they might as well say no just for the sake of saying no. So I just don't ask anymore. And if they ask me to take it down, I take it down immediately. So I'm very sorry. You know, people don't usually care, but you know. And I used to leave certain galleries unpassworded, but a lot of people want their password on. So now I just put I just put a password on every gallery as standard.
How do you remember passwords?
That's a really good question. I'm going to teach you an awesome trick. Use
I like
the
mine better.
What?
I have an Excel spreadsheet on my desktop on the top left corner, and I have the month, the name, and the password.
I'm going to show you a really good way. I'm going to show you a very good way that I think is actually a bit better. I don't know why this is
Like
not
put in your
working.
email also. Just put in your.
So one sec. We'll go to this one second. I don't know why on
I
earth.
knew what I can do, and I don't know everything else. I know there's a lot more to do than what I can do. I know I send pictures to people. I know that I can send pictures to people, and people can download them.
It's not so sure.
That's what I do. But I want to.
Do you find that people have problems with their photos?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so what do you do about that?
you know, tell them like, you know, you can call up and get it unblocked, or you can have a secret. I give people an option to do that if they want to. That's
Happen a lot.
But you have to come pick up a secret from me.
I'll leave it in my belt. It's like mailbox.
Everyone's come pick up a secret. I mean, so they'll try and figure it out. Yeah, some people are just not computer friendly, but you can talk them through it. Some people, if they have a problem with that.
Some people just have anxiety, like don't upload it.
Then some people, they can't get clarification.
Technology.
Coaching, like,
My mom coaches the New York gas questions. She's really computer literate, so literate, not
I don't know what's going on here. I don't know. I'm not gonna troubleshoot this right now. It's very rare that this happens.
close
But
it, open it.
yeah, one sec, let's try that one.
Just sort of, you know, it's like.
Okay, I'm gonna log in again. Okay. Okay, ladies, let's get back to it. I'm not gonna. The uploading system is very simple. I have no idea why it's not working right now. I originally uploaded the pictures into test. So maybe maybe it's because there's one image that's funny over here. 1 second, let me just take one. This is my favourite one. It's one of my favourite pictures I ever took. 1 second, let's just upload one picture here. Okay, done. No idea why it's not working. I've never ever had this before, ever. No, it's not. I don't know what's special. Okay. Anyway, the fact is, anyway, I've uploaded everything already. So let's get back to it. Okay. We're creating 2 websites, so to speak, in one. One is called our website, which is going to be the front end for people to see. One is called our client area, that's going to be the back end that we're going to use for logistics. Okay. So now I've created these 4 folders. Yeah. Only one, two's company, just for a whole bunch. These are going to be my portfolio folders. Okay. Now everything for website, I'm going to put into the website folder. So you have to drag it over to here, okay? And now that's moving the 4 galleries over here. So now the folder becomes blocked off so I can see there's something in it. This is still empty. Test was what I uploaded the pictures to before. And it's still
Is Page's website?
not working. Sorry?
Is Page's website?
Wait, we'll get into Page in a second. So I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway. I'm going to throw away test. Now this was a gallery that I created that I used to upload the pictures to, and I dragged them from the gallery from test into the, it was one and only I did. So now I'm going to just delete test. 1 second, let's just delete that. Okay, so now I'm back to I'm back to 2 folders in the gallery. Website, client area, which has nothing in right now, and then I'm going to have a folder called internal, which is going to be for both the website and the gallery. We're going to see how that works. Yeah.
That looks like a gallery internal.
Gallery is an internal. Sorry, internal is a gallery. Yes.
I thought it's a folder.
No, this is a gallery. This is a gallery. In here, all I have is my logo. Okay.
You created the galleries on the left when it goes up to down and just.
Up here you've got create, you can create as you wish. So I showed you creating the folders. I created the 2 folders, website and client area. Then I created the gallery test. I'll create another gallery here. By clicking on gallery, now I've got the option of creating any gallery I like. We'll call this one again just test.
Or if you click on where you want to.
Okay, and that gives you the gallery. I'm just going to delete that now. Okay, so now let's get into 1 second. Okay, designs. 1 second. Now, once you've done that, once you've got your basic file structure, which we saw that was through organize. Organize is the Ikari back end of places. Organize just gets you back to where we were before, which is really your file tree. Okay, everyone understands what a file tree is? It's where your folders and galleries are. Okay, so this is where all that is. When I click done, it takes us back to our website. We now have upload, which is just uploading pictures. We have organize, and we have customize. Okay, now this is where we're going to start getting into the pages side of things. When I click on customize, now I've got the option of a site-wide theme. A theme is basically, for all intents and purposes, it's really usually to do with color. Okay, color and a little bit of type, font and stuff like that. Let's just have a quick look. If I go to theme, the available themes here are, if I go to textures, if I click here, it shows you, by the way, it does it immediately as you click it. Rust blue gives you a different font and like a different thing in the back here. If I go to wood, it gives you a different background here. Okay, rust light gives you a very slight texture with that font. Curtain gives you a slight texture with a different font. I'm very much into using Smugmug light. Okay, nowadays most people are into using a very light, airy kind of design, which is what I'm about. So you can actually organize. You can modify the color. You could also use abstract pictures as well. Like this has got stuff in the background, bokeh pink. Really, this is cool. But all of these things.
It's for everything.
So it's for the entire website, and it'll give you. I didn't save it just then. Let's just go back here.
Entire website and the entire client area.
Yeah, yeah.
What was the parent? What was it customizing then?
One second, we'll go back to custom. This is now on the home page. Right now, this is my home page. Okay, so if I go to customize site-wide theme, I'm going to just choose the Smugmug light. Okay, done. Gives me a decent font here. It's very light. Okay, that's it. That was the set thing. Content and design, I'm going to go to in a second. Choose a new site design. Now, you can mess around with choosing your different sites. The one that I recommend, or the one that I use that I think is the best one, I can't remember if it, I think it's... Sorry?
What's it called? Choose a new site?
So this one here. By the way, if people want to, the way to write, if you want to remind yourself how to get to somewhere, is you should write, say, customize, then a little arrow, and then choose a new site design. That will help you remember the flow of which buttons to press. Okay, so we went to choose a new site design. Okay, this is going to give you a overall design. You can mess around with them, and when you click preview, it will help you choose them. But you can see the different options. They're basically built on a background, a menu, and then a way of displaying images and stuff. The truth is, once you get in the world of customization, they all kind of, you can do what you want on all of them basically. So they come it comes a little bit pointless to mess around too much.
And then this will change the Smugmug design?
It will change the website that people are going to see. Yeah, it will look very different. I'm going to go with Coda. I'm not going to go through all the different ones. You should mess around with it.
You can click and look through the whole website, or it only shows you the homepage.
What do you mean when you click preview?
Yeah.
No, you can mess around with the whole thing.
Yeah.
Which one did you say that you recommended?
I recommend using this one, Coda, which is what I'm already on. Okay, so I'm going to use Coda. It's just a nice, clean, simple way. Now, second. Okay, just before we get into, once I wrote down an order of what I want to explain through, folders and galleries. Okay, so now let's just get into explaining what a page is. Okay, click organize here. We're back into organize. We're back into the back end of our, it's basically just a file tree. Okay, I don't need this test thing here. Did that picture come through? Okay, let's just delete that. Okay. So now I'm going to create a page. Everyone is clear on folders, very easy, and galleries is just a place to put the pictures. Okay, and you can have different ways of seeing the galleries. We'll see that in a bit. A page is for the website. So now let's call this page. We're going to call this page only, or one and only. One and only. Okay. Create this page. We're going to create another page called Two's Company. We're going to create another page called, what was the other one? Just a few. Just a few. Two's Company, Fees Account. Just a few. I'm going to create another page called a whole bunch.
So pages are in the folders.
So now pages also go into folders. We're going to put them now. I could have created them into the folder. I just want to show you how I drag them into the folder. These are my 4 pages that I just created. I'm now going to drag them over to here into website, because remember everything here is to do with the website. Okay. So now these are now in my website. So when I click on website, I have my 4 galleries, which is a whole bunch, just a few, one and only, Two's Company. And then I have my 4 pages, the whole bunch, just a few, Two's Company, one. Let's now just order them manually so I can just make things a little bit more masuda.
Will we be able to watch this video guys afterwards if we miss something?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's go put this here.
And it stays the way you ordered it?
It's going to stay now how I've ordered. So I've got only one and only, Two's Company, just a few, a whole bunch. One and only, Two's Company, just a few, a whole bunch.
I'm a little confused. I understand why we have folders and pages.
You should understand that, yeah. I haven't explained what a page is before. Okay? Fine. But you understand what a gallery is, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So now we're going to start looking at what a page is. Okay. The first thing that I want to do now is I want to create another page called home page, or we'll call it we'll call it home page. Home page. Okay. Right now we have no idea what pages are. Okay. We've just created a bunch, and now we're going to explain what they are. Pages. Now, if I double click on here, not feeling where this page currently lives, drop it into any folder you like. To customize this page, visit it on your site. To now start messing with a page, you have to go through this dialog. So we were originally in the website folder. Now if I want to affect any of these pages, I have to double click on this page and click visit it on your site. Now this is what this page looks like right now.
Interesting.
Nothing. I've done nothing here.
Even though you chose a template?
Yeah, all the template, no, not a template, a theme. All the theme does is just give you a color and a type font. That's all it does, that's all it does. Now if I click back on home, this was already dealt with earlier. I'm gonna now delete, oh, sorry.
Did you write in the letter to us we should bring our own water?
No, there's water there, and there's coffee as well. There's you got here a little late, sorry.
What time is the break?
We'll break, what time did we say? After like 2 hours, break another half an hour. Okay.
So you're deleting the homepage that you originally made?
No, so I'm going to now go to this homepage, okay,
The page you
which
just
is
made?
this page. No, so this page here is the homepage here. 1 second. I now need to customize this page. So now I'm on this page here, which is my original homepage. Okay. I click customize. I now go to content and design.
Again, you're on your homepage.
Now everyone has to start paying attention. Okay, I'm going to go back. I'm going to show you what I did. I went to my homepage. Once I come into the website here, I'm in the back end. I click on my homepage. This is my homepage here. Now I click on customize. I'm going to content and design. This is how we're going to deal with everything. Okay.
But this isn't the one you just. This isn't the page you just made.
Now this is the no. This is one. This is a page that's not really. 1 second. What I want to do now is I want to put my website.
You didn't make a new page. That's automatic.
Let's
You
Yeah.
have to make a page.
Yeah, no, the homepage there's
Automatically
automatically a page to the homepage. Now I'm on entire site. What I want to do here now, every box here, if you click on these things, you see it creates a box on entire site, means that anything that you see here is going to be throughout the entire site. All the different pages and the different galleries, it's going to be there when it's in red. Okay, let's just get rid of a couple of things here. Now I don't want any social icons. I'm not going to get into the whole social. I can remove that block. I'm going to remove that. That's now gone. Okay, this is a menu over here. if you look here, this is the menu. Okay, that exists over here. Now I'm not going to get rid of that, I want that. And now in regards to a logo as well, I want to put my logo in. Let's now put our logo in, okay? I'm going to click on here. This little toolbox here, this little spanner gives you options. Now, this is going to allow me to affect this box here. And this box,
where it said Diamond Images, right?
yeah, this is for your logo. So now, Diamond Images Studio is just written here. If I wrote in here, Sarah, you see it coming up?
Yeah.
Duncan, it comes up there. That's just the text. Okay, I don't want text. If I wanted to have my text as Diamond Images Photography, I could do that, but that's not very cool. So what I want to do is get rid of the text, okay, and go to Image. Under Image, now I can put in any image I want on my website. Any images that have already been uploaded. If you go to website now, these are the galleries because the galleries contain the images. However, now we're going to see the folder that I made that was called internal. Okay? Internal is the folder that you need to put any stuff like this, any internal things, because Smugmug puts pictures in different places, but they all need to be on Smugmug somehow. So you create an internal folder which will be things like logos or watermarks or any other internal documentation that no one will ever see. This is internal, this is just for you. So now in here, in my internal, I have one image, which is my logo, which was created as a PNG. Does anyone know what PNG is? PNG. Ping. A difference between, don't get confused with pinging like when you speak to Bezek. A PNG file is different to a JPEG in that a PNG is transparent. It doesn't have a background, which means that this logo here will come up. Right now it's massive, but you'll be able to see the background through it. Now what I can do to resize that is just, I've uploaded a very big logo. I'm going to change that to say 800 pixels. Where'd it go?
It's too wide.
1 second.
Are you changing the whole website width? Or are you changing just your gun?
Why is it? 1 second.
Can't just resize it, pull the ends together?
You can resize it on Photoshop. There it is, so there it is. Okay, good. So now I've got my logo in here. That's going to be for the entire site. You see, on entire site, this logo is now going to run through everything on the site. Okay?
If you want it to be higher, smaller.
Okay, 1 second.
The internal, let's say you want like also pictures to upload of your family and put on just, can you make like two
You could have,
internal
yeah, for
folders
sure, for
and
sure,
write
for sure. I also have a
family?
personal one. Yeah, I have one called
Yeah.
personal. Yeah, I use like
So
use
do
that.
you name
Just
it
create
as,
another
like,
folder called
create a
personal.
folder, but how do you know that that's not what people get into?
People won't get into it unless you give them access into the backside. We'll see, we'll see. In regards to messing around with this now, I can resize it very easily. Let's make it bigger. Why is things going right? It's so responsive. There you go, that's 800. It should just get bigger.
400.
I
And
don't know.
obviously, if you want to make it higher,
What does
back
it mean,
to right.
fine art portrait studio? Fine art and portrait? Or the
No.
portraits is fine art?
It just means it's fine art and it's portraits and it's a studio.
It's just selling, trying to make it sound like a pitch.
I don't know why it's very responsive. You see, as I'm changing the size here, it's just rechanges this. Now, in regards to the basic stuff, this is to do with text. I can also put text in there. Hello. Okay, and I can do whatever I want. I can make this bigger. I can make it smaller.
But that's you
Whatever
have
I
a whole
want.
size, you don't want
I don't want that. Okay, and then in regards to move, this is really to do with the text, all this stuff. I'm not going to get into everything. You really do have to play around with this stuff. I can also create a URL. If I type something in here, when I click this, it's going to take me to whatever URL I put in there. Okay, so let's just finish with that. Done.
You
Now,
want to move it to the left or to the
so
right?
let's see what's, again, there's a lot of different, I'm not going to be able to get into every detail of how to move things around, but I'm going to show you. Right now we have here, this is our menu, okay? See this here on entire site, it says home, browse, search, that's our menu. This is our logo, they're 2 blocks. Now if I want to put the menu below the logo and have the logo above, which is what I usually want to do, I can click here, I'm going to drag it to here, in fact I'm going to put it here, okay, and now my menu is underneath here. In regards,
Get rid of the header.
so it's then I have to get rid of the header. We click back over here. So the header,
Off with
no, the header is part of the header is part. Let's just have a preview. Let's look at this, because without the header, it doesn't exactly. The header's part of the site thing. If you don't put anything in it, it's not going to show. The way this website works is it's much more responsive than like Moonfruit or something, where it's done with blocks, which means it's not like things are here and here and here. Things are just in a general position, which means in regards to any different size of screen, it works out perfectly. It's not like when you use Moonfruit, like the way it does all funny things to different screens. This is responsive to the screen, so you use blocks. You don't have the control of making things absolutely where you want them to be, but in general you can get them in the right place, and it works out. I think it's better in that respect. Okay, let's get back into.
1 second. Does that mean is this responsive to phones?
Yeah, 100%. It's awesome on telephones.
No, you don't redo anything?
It redoes everything, but it's in the right places. It doesn't mess stuff up. It's in the right places. Like you don't see you just see one picture at a time, but it's the way it should be. And you've got the menu at the top, and it's very, very responsive to telephones. It's awesome. It's awesome. Okay, so now let's now go back over to here. We need to get back into on the entire site. Let's look at the things over here. Okay, now in regards to messing around with the menu bar, we've got all these. Obviously, we can change this if we wanted to a vertical thing. It does it like that, or accordion, which means it like pops out when you add in sub menus. We'll keep it here as a horizontal bar. Right now it's aligned left. I want it to be in the middle, so I click center. Now it's going to be in the middle. Okay, text color, just whatever it's going to be. Link format. In regards to, you can have it to be capitals or lowercase, etc. That's for the top link format. We're going to have sub menus, okay, which means right now we've got lowercase. Let's have these as capitalized. Now sublink format will keep us regular, so it's going to be a capital then with lowercase. Okay, if you want a separator, this is all just very simple stuff. See there, that little line came up in the middle. I think that's a nice touch. That's fine. Now in regards to links, now we can start linking our own, we can now start linking pages. Okay, so we've got browse and search. Home we're going to leave for right now. Browse and search are not we don't need. So I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to get rid of this. Okay, now I'm going to create new menus. Okay, I'm going to create new links in the menu to pages. So let's create one. We're going to call this portfolios. Okay, comes up as capital. Is that spelled correctly? Yeah.
Is there a spell check?
No. So now I want this to take us to a page.
Can you show me again how you got to links? Sorry, I missed that.
What did you miss?
How you got to links?
Okay, let's do this again. Fine. Okay. This is our logo. We explain logo. Okay, Tally, you put a logo in your site. Yeah. So now, did you mess around with the menu?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, when you go into menu, click here. This little thing gives you the options. Now we get into the back side of the menu. I just explained all this different stuff. If we wanted to make it bigger, the menu, we could click. Sorry, not here. We could click large, and it will make this bigger. And I wanted to move this into the middle. Okay. Oh, wait, undo it. And then we want to make it. 1 second. We wanted to make it capitalized and this regular with the link thing on here. Okay, so this is all what we did before. Now I'm going to get into links. Okay, you saw that? So now I'm going to delete those 2 links that are already there, and I'm going to create here a new link. I'm going to call this portfolios. Okay. Now, do I want it to be a custom URL? No. Custom URL means it could take me to google.com. I could just create whatever I want it to link me to, which we're going to do in a little bit. We're going to see about that. But right now I want to take me to a page. Okay, now I've clicked on here, under links I've chosen page as opposed to anything else. Okay, now it gives me to choose a page. Now I have to choose a page. Where does everybody remember where I put my pages? In website. So I click on website. Now the truth is the homepage, I want to change this to portfolios. I'm gonna, 1 second, let me just, I should have done that. Let me just.
Because you already have a homepage automatically, I have to look at it.
Yes, I know. I meant to change that to. You change the names of the pages to organize. So now I'm back in website. I want to change homepage. Go into settings. I'm going to call this portfolios.
I do get back to this.
It's the settings.
You have to get. You're basically getting to organize. You're constantly trying to get back to organize if you need to change any names or anything like that, or add new pictures and stuff like that. So now we go back to, we're done here. Let's go back to our website. Okay, it's starting to look a little bit more put together. Okay.
Why is it gone blue again?
Yeah, let's just change the content design. 1 second. Let me just under entire site.
If you wanted to make white borders between the pictures, you do that also?
Yeah. 1 second. This is small stuff. 1 second. How do I add folders? So I want to make. Oh, change the theme for all of these. 1 second. 1 second. Smugmug. Right.
No, customise. This isn't customised now.
So,
So
okay.
once you've made a
It
page.
was organised, the organised was all before.
Okay.
Changes
I want to get back to, we've created this link portfolios, okay? We've seen all the different things here. It's taking us to the page. We made a page. We changed that page. If you remember, it was originally homepage. We changed it to portfolios, which is here. Okay, now it's going to link us to portfolios. Right now, portfolios is a blank page. Okay, includes sublinks. 1 second. Open a new tab. Do we want to open it in a new tab? Everyone understands what that means? Yeah, we don't want to do that. We're not being taken away from our website in any way, shape, or form. So we don't want it to open up in a new tab. Okay, so this is all done. Now, let's just click done, publish. Okay, now this is what our website is looking like right now. What page are we on? Let's go to portfolios. So now this is our page, portfolios. Okay, we've done nothing to the page, so this is what it looks like.
So why does home have those pictures on?
Sorry?
Why does home not?
Home was, I originally did this, we're going to get, the truth is actually I should get back because I didn't show you how I did this. Let's now go into home, what I did for my home page. I want my initial images, I want this page is the page that you're going to come into when you click on my new website. When you click diamondimagestudio.smugmug.com, yeah, this is what you are going to see. I want this to be a powerful gallery of my favorite pictures. So let's go to home. This is the home page, which is what you're going to come to. Now let's customize this page. Okay. So right now we have, like we did before, we have the logo, we have the menu. Now this is what's called a block. Okay, it's a content block. I have chosen, I'm going to get rid of this one. 1 second. Let's delete this. Okay, remove. Now, when I go to home now, when we click onto the website, you're going to see nothing. You're just going to see Diamond Images Studio and home portfolios, and that's it. Okay? If you don't believe me, I'll just show you quickly. Okay? So that's now what's happening. Let me get back into home. Now, I've got a bunch of options. What do we want people to see when they first come into the website? This is the home page. What do we want them to see? What could be the, just shout out some ideas. What?
A nice slideshow.
Nice slideshow.
Pictures.
Just pictures like we showed a block before. Maybe a YouTube video. So we've got the options down here, okay? Galleries, we could actually just have a whole gallery. One gallery. Gallery is not a good idea because it's very kind of ghetto the way it comes across. Photos is what I prefer. Okay, before I get into what I'm going to actually do, it's under content. Under content on this regular design page, you can't miss it.
This is all
Okay.
through customized.
This is all, yeah, it's all on customized. It's under content. Okay, so now let's just look. If you want to put in a video here, let's put in a YouTube video. Now look, drag onto page. We drag this. Now it only allows you, I can't put it over here. Can't put it over here, but it now allows me to drag it and drop it over here. There's nothing else in it, so on any of these arrows doesn't really make a difference. So I'm going to drop it in here. Now the YouTube, let me just go to YouTube URL. One second.
They have a slideshow component?
So these are the slideshows.
Yeah. 1 second. Whatever. Let's just put this guy in here. Whatever this is. You get the. Oh wait, how do you turn it?
Skip ahead.
Yeah, don't care. Okay, so if you click on share here, it gives you the YouTube embed code. Copy this. Then where it says YouTube URL, paste.
Everybody would see the stupid adverts also?
If you, I mean, you're going to be using your own slideshow that you've made on YouTube, which means let me just get to my YouTube so I can
Okay,
just.
so that's what you do. First you make your slideshow on YouTube.
1 second.
Did you find YouTube first? First do the slideshow, then
You make
upload it to YouTube, or you do it on YouTube and then it's...
No, not on YouTube.
Oh, you do it and then you
Your own
run everything and then
Yeah, that's really a lot.
format's supposed to be able to.
Here we go. This is the one that I wanted to use. Okay, this is my actual promo. This is my promo slideshow that I made for the Diamond Images Studio, for whatever it is. Okay, so again, we can either use this URL, or we can go get the URL from over here, which is under share, copy. You can have it start at different. What, a slideshow? Yeah, you can. But this is this is linking a YouTube video. I'm just using this as a slideshow. These slideshows are very good that you can. 1 second. So now, when we go back over to here. Sorry, 1 second. What happened to where we were? Oh, we were on a different Smugmug. Over here. What happened? To get back, 1 second.
You press that plus sign in the corner to get back to menu.
Yeah. Let's go back to content and design. Okay, so now let's drag on this video option. This is a YouTube video. Just drag it in here, drop it down here, paste the video here. Now we have this video pasted into our website. Okay, you can do whatever you want in regards to, you can make it small, okay, you can make it larger, and you can have it just stretch. You can have it autoplay, which means as soon as they get to it, it's going to start playing, okay? And you can put a title here as well, which should pop over here. There you go. And then you can move that into the middle. Okay.
That would be your home page if you want.
If you wanted to put it's a good idea to have your own slideshows on YouTube because they're very helpful for lots of different things. But that you could have a YouTube video. It comes up with it's whatever your YouTube video is going to do. It's going to come up like that.
In the top right corner,
that brings out the customization thing. Okay, so that's video. In regards to, we don't need to look at any of this. Text we'll look at in a minute. Okay, so now photos. These are the different options. You can have one single photo. Okay, let's just drag this in again here. Now in regards to which photo, if we click here, it's going to allow us again an option. We can have a special internal photo if we wanted. It's not part of all of our galleries or whatever. It'd just be a picture of, I don't know, you with a camera or something like that. But I'm going to pull out one of these. I've got a nice one of my two boys here that I want to use. If I want to use it, I click here, done.
I found with this it's like stretched and cropped and stuff.
Wait, what is it?
Just have to mess with it.
What, a horizontal here or vert?
1 second.
That's why I like this one.
There's like something weird with my internet.
Where's your name?
Kind of weird for you.
Well, look, we see photo size, because it has all these different, when people put up their own, it has to say.
There's something really like weird going on.
That's why what?
Let's try 1 second. Let's try again. Okay, let's see how this works. Drop in a single photo.
I don't remember because I've been on the ground.
Down to 1 and only.
Always has a mission.
What did you click on done over there?
Yeah, but then the top bottom is not up.
I'd say it's so funny because Smugmug, there's like never any glitches ever.
Maybe it's turned off. Restart your computer maybe.
Well, I think it's the same thing to do with the internet.
Someone